Good afternoon. I think I'm live. Looks like I'm live. Good afternoon. When you come on, say hello. Get to my banner. Make sure I'm on the right thing here. All right. Well, we are live. Welcome. Today is Sunday, October the 30th. And I want to welcome you to Barbara's Stamp Pad on a sunny Sunday afternoon from San Antonio, Texas. When you come on, say hello, like Stella. Hello. I seem to be having a delay on my end, but that's okay. Hello, Donna. Well, welcome. Whether you're live or watching the replay, I am live right now. I go live on Sunday afternoons at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, she's playing with a ball. I'm like, what is all this noise? She's playing with the ball. Whitney's down here playing. So if you hear some jingling, she's just having a good old time playing. Hello, Donna. Good afternoon. Well, welcome. My name is Barbara Ragsdale. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area. And I am here live on Sunday afternoons in order to show you how to hand make cards, projects, gift items, home decor, just a little bit of everything. I don't know why I see a delay on my screen. My whole computer's been slow, so I think I need to go do some like cleanup and stuff like that. So to help it run a little better. Hello, Beverly and everyone. Donna. I'm sorry, Bonnie. I kept saying Donna's name. Thank you all for sharing. And Martha. That pops up. Hello, everyone. So, just a little chit chat here before I get going with some announcements. But so Friday, okay, I need to turn those messages off. Turn off. Yes, let's turn that up. What does Bev say? My phone does better on Facebook. Yeah, I stopped using my phone because that's when I was having all those audio problems and just video problems in general. But now it seems to be like internet related, I think. I don't know. I'm hooked up to two different internets. So I really think I just need to clean my computer a little bit. But thank you all for sharing. So Friday morning, I woke up and my pointer finger was hurting really, really bad. And I know I mentioned it on the last scrapbook video when I was recording. I think it was that one that I had a little ulcer underneath the pad of this finger. I can show you guys. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's a black spot underneath on the pad of my finger. Well, probably what you can't see, just because it's, you just can't see it. But anyway, that black spot's there. Because of my condition, I'm prone to get digital ulcers, and I've had them on almost all of my fingers at some different point. And right now I have 3. I have that one, I have this one, and then I have one on this side of my ring finger, which you notice I don't have my ring on because my hands, when it gets cold, they shrink And so Chris has my ring, and he's had it for a week. I don't know what's taking him so long. He'd think it was at a jeweler or something. But he's tightening. There's a band on there where he needs to tighten it. And really, he needs to do it while it's on my finger, because if it gets too tight, then I can't get it on. So he needs to do it while it's on. But anyway, that thing was hurting me so bad Friday morning. And I decided to take a really good look at it. Normally, I only see it like on the side. But when I flipped it over and I looked at the actual finger, something didn't look right. It was gray. It had a gray tone to it. And I noticed that the black spot had gotten bigger. Plus the skin all the way around it something just didn't look right. Long story short, my doctor was able to see me Friday afternoon, and she said that the tip of my finger is becoming necrotic, which means the tissue's dying, which is why the ulcer's not healing. There's no blood flow getting to the tip of my finger to help with the healing process. And it already takes me longer to heal from things just because of my compromised immune system. And so, in a nutshell, she said you need to see a vascular person so that we can figure out where to go from here. But ultimately, she said that it looks like the tip of your finger is going to have to be amputated. And I was just like, I was in shock all pretty much from that point forward. I was in shock because the thought of having anything amputated, let alone something that you use every day. I'm right-handed, so I do everything with my right hand. And I don't know if y'all have noticed, but lately I've been trying to work with my middle finger instead of my pointer finger, just because the pointer finger hurts. So I'm dealing with that, and then just trying to generally get better. And so I just wanted y'all to know kind of in advance, in case something happens and I'm not able to do some lives, just because maybe I end up having to have something done on my finger. So hopefully that won't happen. I have a call in to a vascular doctor for Monday, but I do want to stop and thank my Mary Kay lady, Melissa. I don't know if she's watching or going to watch the replay, but she was supposed to come over and drop something off Friday afternoon, and I texted her in a haste just saying, hey, I've got to go to the doctor instead. And so, of course, she texted me after I had just gotten out, and because she was worried. And so after I had a good cry with her, and she, gave me a little talk and some inspiration, I felt a little better. But obviously that's not something that I was looking forward to hearing on a Friday. So anyway, that's that. But I just wanted to kind of let y'all know in advance in case something happens and I have to have some kind of something on my finger removed. I'm sure there's going to be a healing process for that as well. So, but anyway, time to craft. I will work around this problem just like everything else. So anyway, welcome. It's a gorgeous day here in San Antonio, Texas, and let's go ahead and get some announcements out of the way. I do have some announcements that I need to make. That was just a personal announcement. So let me get started with, I just want to thank you, whether you're watching me from Facebook or YouTube. And if you're watching me from YouTube, in that bottom right-hand corner, as you hover over that tiny little kitten that it's holding that subscribe little sign there, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any videos. Make sure to turn on your bell notifications so you know when I upload a video or I go live. And then while you're here, whether you're Facebook or YouTube, just make sure to give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. And you can wait till the end just in case you decide to, you're like, I don't like that after all. Don't forget, we are in our current subscription period for the current month's paper pumpkin kit. We have till November the 10th. This next month's kit is going to contain enough supplies to make 12 tags. So if you enjoyed this month's kit with the cards, which the refill is already available, you're going to enjoy next month's as well. And so look at that cute box that has a Santa hat on it. I'm looking forward to that one. And then don't forget, you can also add on as subscribers if there's any other things like this little offer, which are these bags. I forgot to show y'all the bags that I did last week. I posted them as a picture after the fact, but right after my live, I was like, there's the bags. I forgot to show the bags. I remembered to show the framed floret stuff, but not the bags. I think you can get like 10 of those bags for like $4. They're super cute. They're super cute. And then don't forget, we have one more day, today and tomorrow, for you to take advantage of our starter kit special. This month, they're offering an extra $30 in the starter kit, so you can get $155 worth of product for only $99 plus tax, and a bunch of other benefits as far as being able to pre-order, getting the catalogs early, getting to order early. And so because I was able to order early, it actually, I was actually prepared to show the cards for next month already. So today I'm going to be demonstrating the monthly online class to go and ordering special. So I'll be showing those, and I have something new also to show you about that as well. I do have the Spring into Creativity Weekend Retreat, April 6th through 9th in Waxahachie, Texas at the Crafty Chicks Cottage. There's different options available. It's Thursday through Sunday. And you can arrive Thursday or Friday because the cost is the same. It doesn't matter. The cost is the same. This particular place does offer massage services. So when you pre-register, you can indicate your level of interest on there. There's a $0 line item just to express your interest. So I can give them a count and they can prepare. But you can expect to pay associated costs with a licensed massage therapist. You can't go. The to-go option is also available. And there'll be a couple of add-on classes that you can add to your fun. And I was going to announce it last week, but there wasn't confirmation. And since then, there's been confirmation. But for my April retreat in Waxahachie, I'm going to be teaming up with Yolanda Nixon, that is with P&I Crafters. I don't remember the city she's located in, but she's a fellow stamp therapist. And between her and I, we will be having a great weekend in April at the retreat. So the links are in the event description. I believe all these links are already out there. So if you're interested in either attending, there's 9 spots available, but there may only be maybe 5 or 6 available after her group comes in. That's not counting her group, and there's probably 5 or 6 of them. So there's really less than 9 spots available. If you're interested in joining us, we'd love to have you. There's also one more day left for my Lisa Holly online bingo class. So if you're interested in that, it is November the 11th. Register by end of day tomorrow so that you can receive your make and take packets in time And if you sign up afterwards, you'll receive the kit later and the bingo cards by email. It's $43.50, and your fee includes a bingo card, a swag bag of product. We'll be doing 4 stamping projects using the Leaves of Holly bundle. Everything will be cut, die cut, punched, embossed, you name it. We'll play 6 games of bingo, and you can purchase extra bingo cards, and there will be door prizes. And that $43.50 is shipping included, and it's only $34 if you're local to me. You can save on shipping and do porch pickup with your goodie bag. And if you refer somebody to join us, make sure you let me know you referred them, and I will include a special gift for you in your goodie bag. Also, if you missed my October retreat, the 2 add-on classes, the Lights Aglow, I turned that class into a Stamp a Stack class to go, where you can get 12 of the cards, 4 designs, 3 of each. Basically, they're like card kits every single month, but this one is $39 shipped and $30 for porch pickup for the Lights Aglow class. And for the Go-To Greetings class, it's basically the same thing. 12 cards, 4 designs, 3 of each. $39 shipped or $30 porch pickup. So if you're interested in taking either of those classes to go, the link is in the description. And then I think my little things are out of order here. If you're interested in Christmas card Stamp a Stack classes, I also have those available as well. And the link is in the description, which will lead you to all of the details as far as the class is concerned. And then in just a short few weeks, I will be at the Freeman Coliseum, the 19th to the 20th, at the Christmas Showcase. And here's a picture of me my very first year I was there. You can see my booth, lots of goodies. And so if you're looking for somewhere to go on the 19th through the 20th, you can stop by my booth. I'll be in Building A as you come through the front door. I'm only like another few feet, like a row. I'm like a row in. I'm like the second row in. So I'm really close to the front. Met a lot of nice people there. So it's a great place to go if you need to do some Christmas shopping. Lots and lots of vendors. This place is huge if you've never been there. And then let me get down to, where did it go? I think it's this one. These are kind of hard to see even with glasses for me. So let me talk about the new monthly class features. I do have some new features to my monthly class. I'll just read these off. Normally, the minimum was 25, and now it's going to be 35. I've been doing some redesigning of things and retraining of things. And so now on the monthly online ordering specials, the minimum requirement is $35. It'll be 3 cards that'll be featured. However, there will be enough supplies to make 6 cards, 2 of each design. If there's any punching or die cutting that uses the featured bundle, those pieces won't be included with the class kit. The cardstock you need will be, but not the individual punch die cut pieces. And I'll kind of try to give you an example as I'm doing today's demonstration. The featured stamp set and our coordinating puncher dies will still be available as an add-on cost. I will order, which saves you tax and shipping, and you'll receive the product with your free class kit. And individual embellishments will no longer be included with the class kits. And I'm just going to encourage you to use your favorite embellishments from your personal stash. I know we all have lots of embellishments. So the little pieces for each card is what I'm saying won't be included with the class kits. But class kits are now going to be offered twice a month, which means that the 1st through the 15th is going to feature one set of 3 cards, and the 16th through the end of the month will feature 3 new cards using the featured bundle. Both sets of cards are going to be featuring the monthly bundle. So overall, each month you can get 2 different kits for each qualifying order, and you'll get enough supplies to make 12 cards. And orders $50 or more will still receive a full accessory. Also, on the embellishments, the ribbons will still be included. So if there's any ribbon or twine or anything like that, will be included. It's just not the individual embellishments like the pearls or gems or things like that, because you can easily substitute those for maybe something that you like from your personal stash. Plus, don't forget my ordering rewards program. For every $50 order you place with me, you get to mark off a box off of my rewards program. I need to add that link in the event description. And I've already gotten, I think, 2 of them this year, 2 of the papers back this year for people that have redeemed their $40 shopping spree with me. So that's just for supporting me. That's just one of my ways I say thank you back. And then, of course, when you receive your free kit, there'll be a link and a QR code to the tutorials. And so that means that there will also be 2 lives per month that feature the class kits. And you'll be able to see when I go live for the 2nd monthly class on my events calendar. So I need to put the one for this month on my calendar, but I'm kind of excited about the changes. And so today, let me get to my comments because I haven't looked at comments in a while. Today, we're going to be doing the first 3 cards for this month. And so I don't see any new comments that come in. So let me go ahead. Let's get our drawing out of the way. So I have a cat under my desk here. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where's your ball? Go get your ball. I think her ball's under there. All right, so let me share. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Let's get a drawing out of the way for last week. Share screen, share. There we go. All right. Well, move. You're in my space, girl. Good grief. I don't know if y'all heard that, but she just literally like. All right, let me shuffle this a few times. And I think my small screen is on. You probably can't see it, but if y'all remember last week, we unboxed the paper pumpkin kit, and we have these 3 cards and coordinating envelopes that we need to give away. If you're new and watching, when you like, comment, or share my videos, that gets you entered into the weekly drawings. For whatever I do, I give those away. And while I'm thinking about it right now, and as I'm shuffling this, Donna Straub, Donna Straub, Straub. Last week, you won the solid faceted gems, and there's no way for me to, I think I might have commented. No, I don't think I could. I was looking for a comment, but I didn't see a comment. I think it was off of one of your likes on the video. There's no way for me to message you through Facebook. So I have no way of contacting you other than here just saying, hey, you want a prize. So Donna Straub, if you are watching the replay, if you will message me, I just need a mailing address to send your solid faceted gems. And if I don't hear back from you in like another week or so, I'm just going to do a redraw, and then I'll just give you an alternate prize if you ever contact me. Okay, I think that's enough shuffling, right? let's spin this and give away the cards, a set of the cards that we did last week. And I have no idea where my audio is. It's probably going to happen at the end. There it is. What we got going on? Who's going to win? Who won this time? Roberta. Didn't Roberta win last week? I thought I mailed something recently to Roberta. Well, in any case, congratulations, Roberta. Yay. And look, you guys, it was a share, so sharing works. Let me stop sharing, get back into StreamYard. Let me clear this. Congratulations, Roberta. I even think you commented last week that you hadn't won in a while, so now we're making up for lost time, huh? All right, let's flip this camera so that we can get going on our 3 cards. Flip it, flip it. Flip it, flip it. All right. We are going to be working with the Framed Florets. I should have had this paper out. Let me make sure I have all 6 here. For those of you that have not seen the papers, I'm missing one. There's one. I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? I am missing that one. There we go. Had to pull it out of my DSP. But for those of you that have not seen, make that a little brighter there, the designer series paper, it is gorgeous. It's called the Framed Florets designer series paper. And we have, obviously, we have 6 different designs. It is 12 by 12 paper. And on the flip side of that, we have these other designs. Look at that. I love the gingham. And I think because it's evening evergreen, that just makes it stand out even more. So yeah, so we're going to be working with this designer series paper as well as the bundle itself, which is the Framed Florets Bundle. Get a glare there. Look at those fonts. These this particular stamp set actually does coordinate with the Framed and Festive stamp set. And then we have coordinating dies that go with the Framed Florets. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and the Framed and Festive is a clean stamp set. But here are the dies that coordinate. So for the month, we're going to be using the Framed Florets Bundle, this particular bundle. To accessorize with it, we're going to be using the designer series paper. And then also there are some swirl, adhesive swirl, what they call them, gold adhesive back swirls that come with the collection itself. Now, the Framed Florets Bundle is something that's going to be in the next mini catalog, so that's something to look forward to. The designer series paper, the swirls, and the Framed and Festive. So you get a glare there. The Framed and Festive stamp set. These are only going to be available through January the 4th or while supplies last. So if you like this paper and you want to get some of these, beginning November 1st, they'll be available. Now, we've had this as demonstrators. We've had this, been able to order this since the beginning of October, just because of that's one of the benefits. We get to order things early so that we can play with things early. And so I'm going to be doing 3 cards, the 3 monthly cards with the bundle. And then I'm going to be doing a bonus card with the Frame and Festive. So this month, just because there's an extra stamp set in the whole collection, I'm going to be doing a bonus card that goes along with the monthly online ordering special and the class to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our first card, which is this. And let me see that a little bit better there. I'll turn that light off. So we're going to be doing this particular card. And so let me get all of my supplies out. And I am going to be working with the limited edition stamp set. And I already have my thing mounted. And I want to say I'm using Handcrafted with Love. So we're going to have our card base. So this is something that is still going to be included with your card kit. Let me make sure I'm stamping the back. And I'm going to stamp the back in Evening Evergreen. And we are doing Handcrafted from the Heart. And let me zoom in a little more. Let's do a zoom. There we go. So I'm going to set that aside. And on the front, we have a polished pink mat. So I'm showing you how to assemble cards. And we're going to put our mat down first. And then you're going to have 2 sheets of the designer series paper. It doesn't really matter which one you put on first. And you know what? I forgot to cut those down. Let me cut these down on the side. That was an afterthought, and I knew I was supposed to go back into the kit and cut that down. They're 2, it's supposed to be 3 3/4, not the 4. So let me just trim off a 1/4 of an inch there. Go. And then I'm going to use glue just so I can have a little wiggle room to move these around in. So we are going to attach this top piece, and there is some direction to that. So when you put that down, make sure your flowers are going in the right direction. And when I put this mat on, I want to make sure that between this piece of designer series paper and the bottom piece of designer series paper that I leave that 1/4 inch around the left, the top, and the right. Okay. And then we're going to put this piece on. Put this on the bottom. It's going to overlap a little bit, which is fine. Leave that 1/4 inch on the left, the bottom, and the right. Put that down. And then you're going to have a little strip of polished pink cardstock. We are going to put some adhesive on that. And we are going to place this over that seam. So this part is going to line up with the cardstock on this side, and this will line up with that on that side. Okay, so that's just going to cover up that seam. And then you're going to have a piece of this white glittered organdy ribbon. And then as far as the dies, remember I said that if it's something that is associated with the dies, that piece won't be in there. So it's these pieces. These pieces will be in there in the form of the cardstock that's cut so that you can die cut them. So there'll be 2 pieces, 2 3x4 pieces, and one of them will be polished pink and uses, I say in my instructions, the lined die cut, because you can see around the edge those lines. So when you use this die cut, what it does is it die cuts out this round, the outer side, and then that's the one that's got some like embossing to it, and then it cuts out in like the inside. So that's why there'll be two pieces. There'll be a basic white piece and a polished pink piece included in there, so that you can use the die cut to do that. So I've already got my pieces ready for just the purposes of demonstrating. This is a photopolymer stamp set. So let me grab my mat. And for this one, we're going to say wishes for a beautiful birthday. And I'm going to be stamping that in Evening Evergreen. So let me ink that up real good. Ink that up good. And then we're just going to stamp that in the middle. There we go. And I believe that's all the stamping on this one. Let me close that up. All right, so what are we going to do now? The easiest thing to do is to put this on first. So let's put this on first and get my dimensionals. Put a couple of dimensionals on the back. Okay, let's put that on first. We're going to center that in the middle. Just kind of like that. We'll make sure it's straight, Barbara. There we go. Now this piece right here, we are just going to put some glue. You can use glue dots if you have glue dots too, but it was just easier for me to just throw some glue around the edge of this. And then we're going to line this up around the oval. Line that up and then just give it a little pressure around so that sticks to that designer series paper. And the effect that you have, let me bring that up. The effect that you have is your stamp sentiment is raised a little bit because we use dimensionals and that piece is flat. And then we have our little strip of organdy ribbon. You can tie a ribbon. Let me fix mine. You can also, this is another option. You can also take your dies and die cut from the designer series paper. I forgot which ones they are. I think it's this one right here. You can also die cut the image from the designer series paper. Just kind of fixing that bow there. And then let's just trim our edges a little bit. Oh, that one's going in the wrong direction. But I'm going to leave it alone because it's going to look funky if I do that. And nobody's going to know except for you guys. All right. Well, what I was trying to say is if you wanted to put some flowers right here, you can either stamp it and then die cut it. If you stamp it, you're going to have to use the blends to color it. Or you can just die cut it from the designer series paper and put it like maybe down here. But what I decided to do on this one is just put a bow there. We're just going to put a bow right there. And then I'm just going to use some iridescent pearls. And let's put one right there. Put a small one right there. And I'm looking for my third one. We'll put one right there. And there you have it. Let me get to my comments. I can't see my comments from where I'm at. There we go. Oops, wrong one. There's my comments. I was like, where's my comments? There's my comments. But anyway, there is card number 1. Now in your kit, you'll get enough supplies in order to make 2 cards. So that is the big thing with the new kit that I'm doing instead of the old way. All right, card number 2 is this one. This one actually opens this way. And on this one, we're going to be doing some embossing. I'm going to be using white embossing powder, but you can also get away with white craft ink if you don't have any of the embossing tools. Okay. Now let me get all my pieces out. So same thing, if you can't stamp the back of this with, I guess I could go ahead and stamp it. It's going to be really light, but I'm going to use Evening Evergreen. So, but you can stamp on the back with your craft ink. I just got to put something back there. You can still see it. All right. So what do we got here? Let me go ahead and do the inside. There's going to be a basic white insert. So let's get that. Let me get that going on the inside. Where's my, there we go. Let's get this down on the inside so I don't accidentally use this for something else. Okay. And then you're going to have a strip of this designer series paper. And this strip goes on, it's going to go on the inside. And we're going to put this over here vertically, leaving just about a small gap, like a 1/4 inch gap on the left-hand side. Okay, so that's the inside of the card. And then for the front, we have this piece of designer series paper. There's not like a cardstock mat because base itself is like a color. So I decided just to be able to put a piece of designer series paper on there, and then just make sure it's everything's going in the right direction. This one has flowers going in all directions, so it's kind of like you can put it anyway, but this one just seems to look better this way. So let's put this on the front. There we go. And let's get our embossing out of the way, because I'm gonna need this piece in order to complete what I'm doing. Now, this particular piece right here, that actually comes from, let me get it. It's not the same oval from card number 1. It's this oval right here. Okay, so when you die cut this piece right here, you're going to get 2 pieces. You're going to get the outer ring, that's the decorative part, and the inside of it is going to be this piece right here. Is that right? Yeah, it fits. I want to make sure that was the right one. Now, I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but on this piece, the outer side has like a really pretty little ring to it. It's you can barely see it, but there is a little bit of design to it on the outside of this particular die cut. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working with right now. And let's see, I've got my embossing tool kit. You can get this whole kit. Well, not everything on here. It comes with the embossing buddy, the tray, the reverse tweezers, and this brush. And then I'm using the basic embossing powder set, and I'm using white embossing powder. So when you go to emboss, You want to take the static off of what you're working off. So you want to take your embossing buddy and just rub over it. Really easy there. Then whatever you're going to be stamping, oops, you want to stamp, I just hit that, ouch. You want to stamp in Versamark. And this one is going to say, thank you with all my heart. So you want to ink that up within with Versamark. Versamark is just a clear, sticky substance that helps that embossing powder stick to it. And let me get my mat. And we're going to stamp in the middle. And when you stamp with Versamark, after you stamp it, it looks wet. Okay, it looks wet. And at this point, this is where you need to, while it's still wet, you want to sprinkle or dip whatever your preference is for when you emboss. But this is where you need to get that powder. Oops, a bunch of it came out. Well, anyway, just make sure it gets over the entire of whatever you're stamping. And then you can see that you've got your powder stuck. Now I've got a little bitty spot right here. The thing is, you don't want to touch this right now because it's not set, okay? But this is kind of too big of a brush for what I'm trying to do. I have smaller brushes too, like smaller paint brushes that'll help get into these little spots. But you can tap it to get all that excess off. And then there shouldn't be any pieces around because that's what the whole wiping it down with the embossing buddy powder helps take all of that away. And then you've got your reverse tweezer so that you can hold it. Let me put this aside. You are going to need your heat tool. Now, when it's the powdery form like that, you want to make sure that you don't touch it because you'll mess it up. And then you'll basically have to start all over again with a piece. I won't show you, but, you know, ask me how I know. All right, so we're going to set this, and I'm going to see if you'll be able to see it while I'm doing it. But as this is heating up, this will get brighter, and you'll start to see a gloss to it. So let me turn this on. You don't want to get it too close to the paper because you don't want to burn your paper. But as it starts to heat up, you'll start to see where you need to move your heating tool and just kind of follow. Follow until you see that it doesn't need to be embossed anymore. And that's it. So now, let me see if you can see. So now, I can't see a shine, but it's shiny now. And now I can touch it. Okay. Now you can touch it after it's set, and you won't mess it up. The key is just not touching it before you heat set it. All right, so let's bring this back. And we're going to put this down. And let me see if I put that down. I put it down together. Okay, so this outer ring, you'll have you'll have a Night of Navy piece and a basic white piece in with your kit so you can do the die cutting. And this outer ring actually came from the lined one. Okay, so in any case, you're going to have an extra piece of either the insert or the outer ring that you can use every time you have to die cut with one of these rings, whether it's this one or this one. Now, the other one, this large one, this one only die cuts the little bitty hearts. So when you die cut that on a piece of paper, of cardstock, you're going to have your full piece of cardstock with just the design of the outline of the hearts. It doesn't cut out the ring and little inserts there. So let me get a little glue on the inside of this ring. You don't want to put too much, but you want to put enough to where it catches on and attaches to this Night and Navy piece. I don't know if y'all can hear that in there, but Sammy is snoring hard in the living room. Sammy's our red Boston. She is in there snoring. Okay, so this one is going to go on the outer ring. You can also use the back if you want to help line that up, which is probably what I should have done to make sure it's even, just to make sure that it's even. There we go. There we go. Now on that, we're going to put, all I can hear is this dog snoring from the living room. There we go. All right. Let's bring this back. We're going to go ahead and put this on. And when we put this on, we're going to put this down just a little bit lower than the middle of the card, just so that we have plenty of room for our other die cuts, which the paper to do these will also be in there as well. You'll have a little sheet of basic white and a little sheet of balmy blue so that you can die cut these two leafy die cuts. And then there'll be a scrap piece in there also so that you can stamp and die cut. You want 2 of the larger flowers and 1 of the smaller flowers. And then what I did is I've already colored these in. I used the dark balmy blue Stampin' Blend in order to color those. And you only need 1, okay? Because you know when you go back over in the same area, you're gonna have you're gonna make it darker. Okay, so we want to put these down. Let me get that out of the way. And we're going to put these down with glue dots. So let me get at least 1 to get this down. And it's going to kind of go like that. And then you can take your white one. And we're going to put that one down kind of right over that, but just a little bit where this one goes more towards the top. And then I'm going to take some more glue dots and kind of put them underneath to help it stick down. Because if you just leave those up, they're going to catch on something. Okay. All right, there you go. So now we have those pieces down. And then we're going to put down our flowers. And if you want, I like to kind of rough up my little flowers a little bit so that they aren't so flat. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back. And we'll put 1 of them right there. Get the other ones. You rough those up. If you get them wet, it'll also help curl the paper too. So just know that you can spritz it with a little bit of water, or even our Wink of Stella will kind of help it curl a little bit. We'll put the other one right here. And then our small one, I don't have small dimensionals here. We'll just have to put a big one. We'll put that one right there. And then I'm going to put an iridescent jewel in the center. I'm going to put the large ones on the large one. And then for the small one, I'll grab a small one just to decorate those. And then the twine that I'm using, which the twine will be included in with your kit. It just won't be the iridescent jewels. I want to make a double bow, so I'm going to cut. There'll be 2 6-inch strips of this basic white twine that came from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. So let's, thought I had these already cut, but maybe I didn't. Okay, so we'll have 2 6-inch strips of this twine, and then we're going to make a double bow. Oh, that looks bad. That looks really bad, Barbara. I don't want to start over. Let's get to start over. Ah, that looks bad. All right, let's start over. I knew that was kind of cutting it too short when I was starting to. All right, let's see if I can keep that separated. I think that was part of the problem. Okay, that still looks bad. I'm just making it worse. Come on. All right. This is driving me nuts, you guys. But I'm going to make it work. I'm trying to get my finger around that, but I can't. All right, there we go. I'm trying to make this side a little bit bigger because I can trim the edges. Let me pull that down more. Not too much, Barbara. All right. That's going to have to work. And I will just trim that edge off. Okay, now we have a double bow finally. We're going to get a glue dot on there. And this is going to go, if I can get my finger off of it, right there. That bow should have looked a little more fluffy, but there you have it. This is card number 2. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad card number 3 is going to be so much easier. And I have twine stuck to my finger. But there you have it. This is embossed, but you can also use our white crafting ink and then just stamp it on there. So if you don't want to emboss it, I think the embossing really does make it pop a little bit. So you can see it kind of shine a little bit. Now with the white crafting, oh shoot, what's it called? The craft ink. That's what I was trying to say. You do have to let it dry, and you can use your heat tool to help it dry a little quicker, but you just want to make sure it's completely dry. With this one, after you emboss it, you know that it's not going to mess up. So there, card number 2. All right, card number 3 is inspired by one of my classes, my add-on classes at Retreat, just the design. This is not going to be using the typical dies, I guess you can say, from the stamp set. It's really more like the designer series paper and the sentiment. Okay, so this one's going to be super, super easy. I'll show you. So we have our card base, and we're going to be stamping. This one's going to be balmy blue. You can do your sentiment either in balmy blue or in evening evergreen. Okay, let me clean this real quick. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean it again anyway when I do the last one. Okay, so we're gonna be handcrafted from the heart. And I'll leave that open. On this particular kit, you've got, let me just do this in my order, in the order on from the instructions. This basic white piece of cardstock, you're going to have a piece of basic white that's been embossed with the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. Okay, so that'll be included in the kit, already embossed for you. We're going to put that on the front. You do want to make sure, Barbara, yes, or a, you know, detailed person and pay attention to stuff like that. You do want to make sure that the writing on that is going in the right direction. Okay, and then you're going to have 4 pieces of the designer series paper that's already punched for you using our rectangular punch stamp, the rectangular postage stamp, and then just get those kind of down. You can use the flip side. Well, the flip side is the other side, so really it doesn't matter what side you use. But as far as the arrangement of where you want what to go where, we're going to put these directly down on our card, kind of like in a little quadrant here. That down. I'm going to put this other one down first, or second. There we go. Okay, and then glue on the back of this one. That right there. You want to make sure they're sort of lined up with each other. And then glue on the back of this one. Oops, I went off there. There we go. Put a little glue under there. Help that stick. All right, and then also in your kit, there will be 2 hearts that are punched with our heart punch pack. One of them is scallop, the one in Evening Evergreen, and then you'll have a basic white piece. On this basic white piece is where we will stamp in Balmy Blue. With this particular kit, you can stamp any of these in Evening Evergreen. Well, with this particular kit here that I'm working, this card, you can stamp in Evening Evergreen or Balmy Blue. Okay, so we're going to ink that up. Stamp that in the middle of our heart. Let me close the Balmy Blue up. Going to get some adhesive on the back of our heart. Oops, actually, way on the back of our heart, all so that this sticks really well. I forgot to cut a piece, a second piece. I want to say there'll be an 8-inch strip. I think that's what I had on there. I think I cut a little bit more than 8 here. But what we're going to do is a little zigzaggy on the back, okay? You can either do it from the back or you can do it from the front. And there's a couple of ways you can do it, especially if you're trying to save on ribbon. But I'm just going to use the most wasteful way. So I'm going to put this piece right here. I'm leaving a little bit hanging because I want to trim that. And then I'm bringing it back. Kind of creating a little loop here at the end and then bringing it back. So see how wasteful that is? But I'm just doing this to demonstrate. You can do smaller little loops and a little bitty piece on each end if you wanted to like make it look like it's, you know, that probably is too long. Let me shorten this a little bit. Anybody that's done these before knows exactly what I'm talking about as far as taking little pieces of your loop and just putting them on the edge where it makes it look like it's a long, one continuous long piece. Okay, but I am going to be trimming that. But let me get some dimensionals on the back of this. Let me put 3 of them on there just to make sure that it sticks. There we go. And then as far as trimming the edges, I just want to trim it like that and like that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm such a goober. Hold on. I'm not watching the comments, and some of y'all were probably telling me too. Hold on. Let me take those off. I got to do this over. See what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. I forgot to mat the heart. All right, let's start over. All I got to do is put this on the back. I was looking right at the heart too just a few minutes ago, and I'm like, oh, there's the heart. But I need that. All right, let's start over. It should go a little smoother this time since I'm going to do it this way. My little loop that way. And then my loop that way. There we go. All right, let's put these back on. There we go. So we have this little thing happening. And then this right here, we are just going to simply put that in the center of our card. And then I'm going to throw some iridescent jewels on here. And where I'm going to put them, I want to put one in the center of that flower there. Totally random. And then a couple of smaller ones just on a couple of other. There we go. And there you have it. There is card number 3. All right, so I'm not finished yet. I have one more card to do, but I just wanted to show you. I'm going to bring these back real quick and show you that for the 1st through the 15th of November, this is the card kit that you'll get. It'll have 3 cards. We're doing a bonus card just because I want to show the Framed and Festive stamp set. And it's included in the tutorial as well. And you'll also get the cut pieces for this month. But normally it'll only be like 3 cards unless there's another bonus feature that I want to do. But you'll get enough supplies to make 6 cards instead of the 4 that you normally do. Okay, just know that any of the pieces that I use, just as a recap, any of the die cut pieces that I use that are with the featured bundle, those aren't going to be included with the kits going forward. Okay, and neither will the accessories, the little embellishments, the ribbon, and if there's any other punched pieces like this punched heart piece and the rectangle post, that'll be included in with your kit because that's not part of the featured bundle. So just wanted to kind of recap on that. Now let's do our bonus card. The bonus card is using the Framed and Festive stamp set, which if you noticed, the font matches the font with the Framed Florets Bundle. But you got a lot of Christmas stuff on here. Lots of Merry Christmas, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, from our home to yours, from all of us, Noel. May this season be filled with peace and joy, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. Super cute fonts. We're going to actually be using Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Okay, and there's a story behind this card. You can see a window sheet there. So I'll tell the story while I do the card. Okay, so let me get my little pieces out. Originally, this was supposed to be a It was supposed to be a shaker card. Let me clean my stamp set again. It was supposed to be a shaker card, but when I went to go look for sequins or something, the only thing I had that was Christmassy was these effervescent elements, and they're little bitty balls. There's lots of them in there. I'm not going to open it because I'll end up spilling them. That's all I had, other than some the trinkets, but those wouldn't go good in a. I'm talking and trying to do two things at one time. Those wouldn't go good in a shaker card. So I was like, dag nabbit. Let me stamp that. Get that out of the way. So I was like, well, all right, let me just go with the flow here. Let me move that out of the way. All right, so there's going to be a white piece of basic white. And we need to get some adhesive on the back of that. This piece goes on the inside right of the card. Okay, so we get that piece out of the way. There's still going to be a piece of window sheet that's included because we're just going to make a fake shaker card. Yeah, I had to design it as a fake shaker card instead, but there's nothing on the inside. It just, but there's still the window sheet. So you're going to have a piece of designer series paper. When you get it in your kit, it'll be a full piece. Okay. You will need to use the lined die cut again. And what you're going to get is you're going to get, your outer ring, and then you'll also get the inner part. That inner part you're not going to use on this one, but we are going to be using the outer ring on here. And then you're going to have a basic white piece where you'll have to cut another one out using that lined one so that you can get the insert from that piece. And then the outer white piece will just be an extra piece that you have. Hope that was clear as mud. It's just with these particular dies, like these two, you're going to get two pieces off of each die. You're going to get the outer ring, and then you're going to get the inside. Okay. So depending on what you're using it for, you're going to have an extra piece. So let me go ahead and do the stamping on here on this piece. This oval piece is where we're going to be stamping an evening evergreen. And I didn't put my sticker on there, but this one is the one that says "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." So let me ink that up. Oh, good. And then let's stamp that. Perfect. Okay, so let me close this up. We don't need that anymore. We are done with stamping. Okay, so what we're going to do is after you die cut that center out on this piece of designer series paper, we're going to put, you can either use glue dots, or you can just use a little bit of your seal kind of as you go around. You don't have to go like all the way around. You just need a little bit so that this piece of window sheet will stick. Okay, and we're going to put this over the opening just to help close that opening. There we go. All right. This is where it might get a little tricky in the instructions. So we put that piece over the opening. Okay. So on this side, you can still see that there's a window sheet there. We're going to bring back our card because we're going to help center this piece right here. Okay, this is going to stick. See how that sticks? It's just the, what do they call it? The, I don't know what helps keep it to stick. I can't think of the word. It's not suction, it's something else. But anyway, if I see it in chat, I don't see anything in chat just yet. But I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. Okay. Static. I guess it would be static, right? Static. Okay, so that's kind of in the center. I'm just going to lightly put that down and tap the center of that, and so that it pops off. And then that way I know it's actually in the center. And when I go to put my designer series paper on, it's not going to be like offset. You see that? All right. That's the part in the instructions that it was kind of like, I hope that made sense. So hopefully if you have to watch the video, you'll use this as a guide to help put this down in the center of your paper. Okay, now this piece right here, we're going to be using some black dimensionals, and I'm using black just to help keep it from you being able to see like a white dimensional on the end. So let's put one. I think I'm going to put more. I'm going to put two more on the sides. Like one right there. And one right there. Now, putting dimensionals on this piece is totally optional, okay? You can actually put this flat down on your cardstock, but I wanted to put this raised a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put this back down, centered on our front so that we know. There we go. Now, remember that outer ring? I probably should have done these already. Bear with me, you guys. This outer ring, I'm using the mini black dimensionals, and we are going to pop this up on the outside of that ring. Okay. And I'm going to use more. Come on, get off of there. More around the outside of these small ones. I hope you all are having a fabulous day wherever you are. I hope your weather is gorgeous. I'm really digging this fall weather, but I've already had to turn on my little heater right here next to me because I get chilly really, really quick. Let me fix this one real quick. There we go. Okay, so I just used the mini black dimensionals to put around this particular ring, and then we are going to put this ring on. Now, because this piece came off of this piece, it will match back up, okay? And you just have to make sure that if it was upside down or whatever, that you switch it. So it was this way. There we go. So you just match that back up. So the outer ring images match up with the designer series paper that way. You will have enough, you will have the pieces cut in order to die cut 3 of these leafy images. And one of them is going to be in cardstock vellum. One of them is going to be in the gold shimmery paper. And then the other one is going to be the evening evergreen, like the shimmer paper. I don't remember what the pack is. It's part of a pack. You'll see it in the supply list. Now, the way I want these to go is on the vellum, I'm going to have to flip it to the back side, which is okay. It doesn't look bad. I just can't do this one because that side is white and I want to show the gold, and the same thing with that one. So on the vellum one, this one is going to go this way. Let me get another glue dot down on this back side over here. You can also use fine tip glue if you want to use fine tip glue to get that down. And then we're going to put our gold one down next. let me text my husband super quick. He was concerned about walking in on me on my live, so we're almost done. I don't even know if he's outside yet. It's not like he can come in. I mean, he can come in. You'll just hear the door open, but everything's sticking to my fingers. There we go. All right, so I have that one down, and then we're going to put the Evening Evergreen one on top of that. Okay, I told him he could come in. Just be quiet. I don't even know if he's outside. He probably is. Okay, get another glue dot there. There we go. All right, now we're going to put this one down kind of at a little angle like that. And then let me get another glue dot down over here to help, to help hold that piece down. There we go. And then we're going to be working with the Soft Succulent Satin Shimmer Ribbon. This will be included in with your kit. And let me do an 8-inch piece. I would rather have it be a couple of extra inches too long and be okay enough to make a bow than to be short enough and you're struggling, because I know with short pieces, I struggle. So we're basically just going to make a bow. This particular ribbon makes a really, really pretty bow. Go. Really pretty. I know some people can probably make them a lot prettier than mine, but some people are just made to make bows. There we go. And that one's going in the opposite direction. So I think I will cut this other side in the opposite direction just so that it matches. Trying to get that section down flat. When you start adding embellishments and ribbons that bulk up your cards, that's where it kind of becomes a problem with it not being flat enough for them to go through the machines and cost a little bit more money to send because they're bulky. But I'm going to put a couple of ribbons. I actually thought about using like the open weave ribbons just because they're not as bulky as this one, but I was kind of digging this one. And this one's just going to go right there. I'm going to have to trim that up a little bit more. Let me trim this edge up, so I don't want that hanging off the card. Oh, it looks a little weird, but that's okay. All right. Now, I wanted to use these swirls, so we're going to use the swirls on the bonus card. Okay, and then we will be done. So I'm just going to take a swirl, and let's put one right there. Let's put one right there, and then I'll put one down at the bottom. Just random. Random. And I decided to use these, and so using these swirls on this card is what gave me the inspiration to throw in a little bit of gold in with the foils here, just so that it kind of balances out with the little gold swirls. Okay. All right. And it looks like a shaker card, but it's not. If you were going to do a shaker card, you could totally still do the shaker card. I didn't design this. It was kind of like a, oops, it was supposed to be a shaker card. And then because those embellishments that I had were too thick on my first card that I had to scrap, it was like real bulky in the center. I would have had to put like 2 layers of dimensionals to bring it up so that it wasn't so bulky. And when I shook it, like they didn't move. And I'm like, well, all right, well, we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board on that. Clearly, I just didn't have the right embellishments to go inside this, the right sequins or anything to go inside. So it's like a faux, it's like a faux shaker card, but you can't shake anything because there's nothing in there. But there is that piece of window sheet. So, all right. Let's wrap this up. Let me put these cards back out so that you can see all 4 of them. On this month's kit, there's just going to happen to be 4 cards because I wanted to feature Framed and Festive, but normally it's only going to be 3 cards, and there'll be enough supplies to make. You'll also get envelopes as well. Don't forget, I do include envelopes in with my card kits, and so there'll be enough supplies in order to make 6 cards. But because we have that bonus card, there'll be actually it'll be 8 cards. Just kind of wanted to show those to you there. All right, let me look at some comments real quick. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, good. Thank you, Donna. I'm so glad you're watching live, or you are catching up from the beginning. So thank you. Thank you. Yes, I love being able to send prizes, and every now and then, if I can't get a hold of somebody, I message. But yay! Beverly loves the gingham. Donna, sweet cards. Marcia likes number 3. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. Beverly says the green is pretty. Marcia says all the cards are beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and there's my cousin. Thank you for sharing, Jessica. I don't know if you're still watching. And oh, that was Marcia coming in late. Awesome. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me. I know it went over a little bit longer than what I normally would like for it to go over. But between the chit chat and the announcements at the beginning, that kind of takes up a little bit of time. And I forgot what I was going to say after that. Anyway. All right. So this is the monthly, I guess it is a semi-monthly or bi-weekly, however you want to say it. But for orders from the 1st to the 15th of the month, you're going to get these first set of cards. You'll get enough to make 2 of each card. Don't forget anything that's associated die cutting or punching that's associated with the actual Framed Florets bundle. Those won't be die cut for you. But the pieces, the cardstock pieces, will be in there so that you can do the die cutting. And then like with this card right here, the rectangular one, the punches, all that will be included because that rectangle punch is not part of the bundle. And then you can use any embellishments that you have. Now on the bonus card, I will be included the little swirls just because that's a bonus card. But for like the other ones, you can easily substitute those with rhinestone jewels or maybe something else that you would like to use that's part of your stash. I know I have a lot of embellishments, and most of the time I don't use them all before they retire. Now, orders from the 16th through the end of the month, it is going to be an entirely new set of cards. Okay, so ultimately, you're going to get almost more than double of what you normally get when you place your $50 order. But with my minimums now, it's just $35. It's $50 if you want to get the coordinating accessory. And the coordinating accessory, just because I'm using them on these cards, as long as they're available when we go to order them, will be a package of the iridescent pearls basic jewels that I used on these cards. Okay, that'll be the coordinating accessory. If it's not available, it'll probably be like the regular basic pearls. But other than that, it's revamped a little bit. And so around the 16th of the month is when I'll be doing the next live video. And if it's just kind of like a weird time, it may be pre-recorded, but I would rather prefer to go live. So just keep a lookout for that one. I haven't put that on my calendar yet, but there'll be a notification. That way you'll know when I go live. So that's why you want to make sure that your notifications are on, especially if you're on YouTube, so you know when I go live. So thank you all for joining me today. I enjoy my Sunday afternoons with you, and it's been a little more than an hour and a half, and I appreciate all of you hanging in there. I hope you enjoyed the cards today, and y'all have a great day. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Be safe if you are doing any Halloween trick-or-treating or anything like that. But we will see you all next Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then you can just look out for, on Wednesday, the pre-recorded video for layout number 45, page number 2, which uses the Framed Florets Suite collection. So if you missed last week, you can go back and watch the replay for last week's video. But other than that, y'all have a great day. Bye.